not fast enough.
The story begins in 2010. 12-year-old Dre Parker lives in Detroit with his mom, Sherry, who works at a car factory. One day, Sherry gets transferred to Beijing, China. Dre doesn't want to leave America, but his father is already gone, so he has no choice. He boards a flight with his mom and moves to China. When they arrive at their new apartment, a man named Harry helps Dre carry his luggage inside. Harry tells him there's a park nearby and invites him to come play there later. After settling in, they discover the shower isn't working. Sherry asks Dre to find the maintenance man.
Dre! Can you please go find the maintenance man? I need to take a shower and the hot water's broken.
Yes.
The building guard points him to Mr. Han. Dre explains the problem, but Mr. Han just sits there eating and stares at him without a word. Feeling uncomfortable, Dre leaves and heads to the park instead. At the park, Dre notices a girl named Mei Ying playing the violin and feels drawn to her. He joins Harry and his friends for a basketball game to fit in, but he keeps playing badly and making excuses until they shut him out. To impress Mei Ying, he challenges an old man to a table tennis match, but the man beats him easily. Harry nudges Dre to go talk to her. Dre walks over and tries speaking Chinese, but Mei Ying responds in English. They start talking easily, and she even reaches out to touch his hair out of curiosity.
What language was that? You speak English? Me too. So, what are you listening to? Bach.
Then a boy named Cheng shows up and interrupts them. He starts bothering Mei Ying, and Dre steps in to defend her. Cheng shoves him hard to the ground. When Dre tries to fight back, Cheng grabs him and slams him down again. Harry tries to cool things down, telling Cheng that Dre is new and doesn't know how things work here, asking him to let it go. Cheng doesn't listen. Even though Dre is already hurt, he keeps trying to stand his ground. Cheng beats him badly and walks away. Mei Ying steps in to help Dre, but embarrassed and in pain, he tells her to leave him alone.
You want to fight?
Dre sneaks back to the apartment, hiding from his mom. The next morning, he covers his bruises with makeup, puts on a cap, and heads to school. The principal makes him take the cap off. Sherry spots the marks on his face and asks what happened. Dre says he fell out of bed. Later at lunch, he runs into Mei Ying again and asks if Cheng is her boyfriend. She tells him Cheng is just a family friend. Their parents know each other, which is why he keeps showing up around her. After saying that, she leaves. Moments later, Cheng shows up and knocks Dre's lunch onto the ground. Dre argues with him, but the principal scolds both of them and sends them away. Angry and frustrated, Dre goes home and starts copying martial arts moves from the TV. A short time later, Mr. Han arrives to fix the bathroom. After showing him the problem, Dre goes back to practicing. His jacket is lying on the floor. Sherry tells him to hang it properly, but Dre talks back rudely. She scolds him and makes him put it away. Mr. Han quietly watches everything. The next day at school, Dre tries to avoid Cheng and his friends. He sneaks into the music room, where Mei Ying is practicing violin with her teacher. She plays beautifully, but her teacher barely praises her. Dre asks what she is practicing for. She tells him there is an audition next month for the Beijing Music Academy, and she is preparing for it.
You practicing for anything?
Yes, I have an audition next month for the Beijing Academy of Music.
When her teacher returns, Dre slips out. Outside, Cheng and his friends corner him again, throw his bag to the ground, and harass him. After school, Dre goes to the market with his mom and spots a martial arts training club. Curious, he brings her inside. Many kids are practicing kung fu, and among them are Cheng and his friends. The moment Dre sees them, he turns around and walks straight out. Sherry asks him why he suddenly left. Dre breaks down in tears and says that even though they have only been here a week, it feels like years. He hates everything about this place and wants to go back to America. Sherry gently tells him the truth. There is nothing left for them in America anymore. This is their home now, and they have to stay. Feeling completely hopeless, Dre walks away. Mr. Han watches everything from a distance, and for the first time, truly feels sorry for the boy. The next day, Dre secretly follows Cheng and his friends, and dumps dirty water on them from above. Cheng spots him, and immediately chases him down with his friends. Dre tries to run, but the road ahead is blocked. Cheng's friends grab him, and Cheng starts punching him in the stomach. One of the boys tells Cheng that Dre is already hurt, and doesn't need need more. Chang coldly replies that their master taught them never to show mercy to an enemy, because mercy becomes weakness. He attacks Dre again. Suddenly, Mr. Han appears. He grabs Chang's arm and throws him aside. Chang tries to kick him, but Mr. Han knocks him to the ground without effort. Enraged, Chang's friends rush at Mr. Han all at once, but Mr. Han doesn't attack any of them. He simply steps aside and avoids every move. In the chaos, Chang and his friends end up hitting each other. No matter what they try, they cannot land a single blow on Mr. Han.
Not fast enough.
Afterward, Mr. Han takes Dre to his home and uses a traditional Chinese medicine technique called fire cupping to heal his internal injuries. The pain disappears completely. Amazed, Dre asks how Mr. Han beat all of them without hitting anyone, where he learned kung fu, and whether he has ever taught it to someone. Mr. Han tells him he learned from his father and has never taught anyone. Dre then asks if Mr. Han will teach him kung fu so he can take revenge on Chang for humiliating him. Mr. Han shakes his head and says kung fu is for self-defense and inner peace, not for fighting. Dre asks whether anyone ever taught that to Chang and his friends. Mr. Han replies that it is not the boys' fault. They only do what their teacher has taught them, and suggests they go talk to the teacher instead. Mr. Han takes Dre to the Fighting Dragon Kung Fu Club. Inside, two students are sparring. One knocks the other to the ground but stops instead of attacking further. Master Lee is furious. He slaps the student and pushes him away, yelling that when an enemy is losing, you do not stop. Whether in class or competition, show no mercy. Make your enemy feel pain so they never dare to fight again. Chang tells Master Lee that Mr. Han is the man who attacked them. Mr. Han calmly explains that all of his students attacked Dre together, which is why he stepped in. If they had come one by one, he would not have interfered. Master Lee challenges Dre to fight Chang right there, but Mr. Han refuses and starts to leave. Master Lee stops them and says that Mr. Han walked into his club after interfering with his students and cannot simply walk out. One of them must fight. Mr. Han calmly agrees that Dre will fight, but only in the tournament, and until then, his students must leave Dre alone. Master Lee orders his students to stay away from Dre until the tournament, then warns Mr. Han that if Dre doesn't show up, both of them will regret it. Outside, Dre panics. He says that before, Chang beat him in private, but now, because of Mr. Han, Chang will destroy him in front of everyone. Mr. Han tells him firmly that Master Lee does not teach kung fu. He teaches cruelty. Mr. Han promises to teach Dre real kung fu. Dre is overjoyed. The next morning, Dre wakes up early and rushes to Mr. Han's house. He starts showing off silly moves to impress him and ends up breaking one of his vases. Mr. Han sets up a wooden pole and tells Dre to hang his jacket on it. Dre does it. Then Mr. Han tells him to take it down and put it on. Again and again, he orders Dre to put the jacket on, take it off, and hang it back up. Dre has no idea why, but he keeps repeating it. After training, he goes home and hangs his jacket neatly. His mom is shocked because Dre never does that. The next day at school, Mei Ying tells Dre about the Qi festival that evening. She explains it is like a Chinese Valentine's Day and invites him to meet her at the Shadow Theater. After school, Dre goes back to Mr. Han's house for training. He tries to hide his jacket before going inside, but Mr. Han already knows. He makes Dre bring it out and continue the same routine, even in the rain, standing under an umbrella while Dre keeps practicing. Finally, Dre says he understands now. Mr. Han is teaching him to respect his mom. Just then, Sherry arrives with a ticket for Mr. Han. He tries to refuse, but she insists, and he agrees to go. At the festival, Dre sneaks away to the Shadow Theater and meets Mei Ying. He gives her a CD of songs. Soon, the special Qi Festival doll show begins, and Mr. Han and Sherry arrive to watch. Mei Ying explains the story behind it. It is about a goddess and her lover whose relationship her mother disapproves of. The mother creates a river in the sky to separate them forever. Once a year, all the birds of the sky come together and form a bridge so the two lovers can spend one night together. Dre makes a promise to Mei Ying. If she comes to watch him fight in the tournament, he will be there for her Music Academy audition. Mei Ying smiles and agrees. The two share a quick kiss. They are sitting in front of the projector, so only their shadows appear on the screen. The crowd is surprised, but no one knows who they are. The next day, Dre goes back for training and Mr. Han tells him to do the jacket task again. This time, Dre loses his patience. He says he understands the lesson about respect, but he has put the jacket on and taken it off 100 times and still does not see how any of this helps him beat Chang. He turns and starts to leave. Mr. Han stops him and tells him to put the jacket on. As Dre reaches for it, Mr. Han suddenly pulls it away. Dre instinctively reacts to grab it, and Mr. Han seizes his arm. He explains that he has been making Dre repeat the same movement to build muscle memory. Mr. Han then attacks him, and this time, something is different. Without even thinking, Dre blocks every single strike. He dodges each strike smoothly and finally pushes Mr. Han back. Mr. Han smiles and tells him that Kung Fu is in everything they do, how they move, how they live, and how they treat others. Kung Fu is everywhere. You just have to learn how to see it. Mr. Han then takes Dre on a train ride. Dre asks what they are learning now. Mr. Han tells him that today he will teach him about Qi, the inner energy of the body. Qi flows through everything and is where true strength comes from. After getting off the train, Mr. Han brings Dre to an ancient temple high up in the mountains. On the way, Dre notices a woman standing on one leg, face to face with a cobra, mirroring its movements. Mr. Han calls him over and takes him to a place called Dragon Well. He tells Dre that he came here with his own father at the same age, and that his father called it Kung Fu water. Drink it, and no one can defeat you. Dre drinks it eagerly. Then he asks how the woman was able to stand so close to the cobra and copy its movements. Mr. Han calmly replies that Dre was not watching carefully. The cobra was copying her. He shows Dre his reflection in the still water and explains that the woman was like calm water. Her mind and heart were completely at peace. The cobra saw its own reflection in her stillness and followed her. Dre realizes she controlled the cobra without doing anything. Mr. Han tells him there is a big difference between doing nothing and standing still with a calm mind. He will understand soon. Mr. Han then begins training Dre again using bamboo sticks. Dre says he wants to learn that move and control people the same way. Mr. Han tells him that it is called the Cobra move and takes a lifetime to master. Before anyone can control others, they must first control their own mind. As night falls, they take the train back home. Dre is exhausted and falls asleep on Mr. Han's shoulder. Mr. Han gently carries him home and puts him to bed. Dre becomes obsessed with the Cobra move and starts drawing pictures of the woman and the snake. During training, Mr. Han hangs a curtain between them and attacks Dre from behind it, teaching him to react to surprise. At first, Dre struggles and asks him to stop, but Mr. Han doesn't listen. Later, Dre asks about the next day's training. Mr. Han tells him that if you pull a rope too hard, it breaks. Tomorrow, there is no training. Dre needs rest. Dre is thrilled and heads to school, where he meets Mei Ying. Her audition is that evening and she is extremely nervous. To cheer her up, Dre skips school and takes her out for the day. They laugh, explore, and enjoy their time together. Soon, Mei Ying gets a call from her father. The audition is about to begin. Her father arrives and picks her up, and she leaves heading toward the moment that could change her life. Dre runs to the audition as well. Mei Ying's performance does not impress her teacher, but Dre stands up and applauds for her anyway. Her father is not happy. He tells Mei Ying she must stop being friends with Dre. Holding back tears, Mei Ying apologizes and tells Dre they cannot see each other anymore. Being together is not good for her future or her career. She leaves with her parents. Dre is heartbroken. He heads to Mr. Han's house, trying to forget everything. When he arrives, he finds Mr. Han smashing his own car with a hammer, the same car he had been carefully fixing for days. Empty bottles are scattered nearby. Dre realizes Mr. Han has been drinking. He asks why he is doing this. Mr. Han does not answer. He just gets into the broken car and sits silently. Dre finds a torn newspaper clipping nearby about a car accident that killed a woman and a child. He gets into the car and asks again. Mr. Han hands him a photo of his wife and son and says that on this day, his wife and his child died in that accident. His wife loved singing. She used to sing only for him. As he says this, Mr. Han begins to sing through his tears. Dre looks at the photos and asks how the accident happened. Mr. Han explains that he was driving and they were arguing about something. He was so angry that he lost control of the car. He breaks down and says the worst part is that he cannot even remember what they were arguing about. Every year, he fixes the car, and on this day, he destroys it again, hoping the memory will come back. It never does. Mr. Han cries uncontrollably. Tears fill Dre's eyes too, but he gently helps Mr. Han out of the car and asks him to train again. Mr. Han wipes his tears and gets back to it. A little later, Sherry arrives. Seeing Dre practice so seriously makes her incredibly happy. After days of intense training, Dre grows much stronger and more confident. Mr. Han takes him to the tournament arena and tells him not to think about winning or losing, just fight with honor, earn respect, and those boys will stop bothering him. Mr. Han gifts him a Kung Fu uniform. Dre is overjoyed. Mr. Han then tells him that Dre taught him something important too. Life knocks everyone down many times, but standing back up is always a choice. Dre hugs him and says he is his best friend and needs his help.
Life will knock us down, but we can choose, matter or not, to get back up.
Together, they write a letter in Chinese, and Dre goes to Mei Ying's house. He reads it to her father and says that because of him, their family faced embarrassment. But Mei Ying is a very good friend. Being around her taught him that one true friend can change your life. He asks for one more chance and promises to be the best friend he can be. Mei Ying's father replies in Chinese. Mei Ying translates with a smile. He promised he would come watch the tournament, and in their family, they never break promises, so he will be there. Dre is overwhelmed with happiness. The next day, the tournament begins. Mei Ying arrives with her parents parents to watch. Seeing Cheng fight makes Dre nervous. In his first match, fear takes over, and he steps out of the ring. Mr. Han calms him down and tells him there is nothing to fear. Just remember, he is training. Motivated, Dre returns to the mat and knocks his opponent down. When the opponent attacks again, Dre delivers a powerful kick to the head and wins decisively. He keeps winning match after match. At the same time, the Fighting Dragon Club students keep winning too. Cheng reaches the semifinals and defeats his opponents brutally. Dre also reaches the semifinals and faces Liang, a top student from the Fighting Dragon Club. Master Li pulls Liang aside and coldly tells him not to beat Dre but to break his leg. Following orders, Liang waits for the right moment and repeatedly attacks Dre's leg. Dre collapses in pain. Because of the brutal and unfair attacks, Liang is disqualified. Dre is taken to the doctor, who says the injury is very serious and he cannot continue fighting. Dre asks his mom and Mei Ying to step outside. He looks at Mr. Han and says he knows he can win this tournament and asks him to use fire cupping to heal him. Mr. Han replies softly that Dre does not need to fight anymore. He has already proven what he needed to prove, and he cannot watch him suffer like this. Dre looks at him and says that Mr. Han was the one who taught him that standing back up is always a choice. He wants to stand up again, so why won't he help? Mr. Han has no answer. With a heavy heart, he uses fire cupping to treat him. The pain eases, but the injury runs deep. Dre can barely walk and is limping badly. Meanwhile, the referee is about to hand the trophy to Cheng. Suddenly, Dre steps onto the mat. The crowd erupts. The final fight begins. Dre fights bravely and holds his ground at first, but Cheng kicks him out of the ring. Dre struggles, stands back up, and returns. He knocks Cheng down twice in a row, earning 2 points. The crowd goes wild. Master Li pulls Cheng aside and tells him to break Dre's leg. Cheng is shocked. He has been fighting by the rules, but his master is now ordering him to cause serious injury. With no choice, Cheng attacks the same injured leg. The score is tied. One more point decides the champion. Dre is in unbearable pain and can no longer stand on both legs. He rises into the cobra stance, completely calm, slowly moving his neck side to side. Cheng unknowingly starts copying his movements. Suddenly, Cheng charges forward, but Dre dodges, launches into a backflip, and delivers a powerful kick straight to Cheng's face. Cheng crashes to the ground. Dre wins. The arena explodes with cheers. In a powerful moment, Cheng picks up the championship trophy and hands it to Dre himself. Dre accepts it with pride. Cheng and his friends bow respectfully and call Mr. Han master. Mr. Han and Dre share a look, both smiling, both proud, not just of the victory, but of the honor, courage, and respect they earned along the way. If this story inspired you and reminded you to keep fighting your own battles, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful movie stories like this.